Welcome everyone, it is Andrew here from AppleInsider, and we have the brand new iPhone SE, the 2020 edition. We also have our iPhone 11, our 2019 edition. We're going to be comparing these two handsets, seeing what the big differences are, and maybe if that iPhone 11 is worth that $250 to $300 price difference, and if that makes sense for you to go for the iPhone SE or the iPhone 11. Let's go ahead and just dive on into it. There's one thing to get straight right off the bat. Whether you're choosing the cheaper iPhone SE or the pricier iPhone 11, they are both rocking Apple's latest A13 Bionic processor. And what that means is regardless of which one you choose, you are going to get the best performance possible. There's going to be pretty much no difference between the two. The iPhone 11 does have an extra gig of RAM for opening a bunch of tabs and a bunch of stuff like that, but in day-to-day usage, you're not going to notice a difference between one or the other. So if you're going just for performance, go for the SE. There's no difference. It's got that same processor inside. Now, the bigger difference lies in kind of everything else. The biggest one probably is the screen. You're going to notice that right away. Even though there's not that much of a difference in the sizes of the phones, they're actually, not too far off in terms of actual phone size. The iPhone 11 is a hair larger, but you're going from a 4.7-inch screen to a 6.1-inch screen. And that's partially due to just reduction of bezels around the phone and getting rid of that forehead and chin on the iPhone SE. The iPhone SE is also retaining Touch ID in that physical home button that gives you that taptic feedback whenever you place your finger on it. Now, some people don't like Face ID on the newer iPhones, so if you are one of those people and prefer to stick to Touch ID, then that home button and the iPhone SE are the way to go. But looking between the two of them, you get much better screen real estate with the iPhone 11, and you're getting that true depth camera system, boom boom, here on the top. It brings you Face ID to unlock the phone, as well as a 12 megapixel camera. It is also better at capturing portrait mode images. Both phones can capture portrait mode selfies and portrait mode with the rear cameras, but you're getting a boost from 7 megapixels to 12 megapixels with the iPhone 11. So if you take a lot of selfies, and if that's really important to you, then maybe opt for the 11 in that case. Around the back of the phones, you're going to notice the other difference. The iPhone 11 has 2 camera bumps, or 2 little camera modules, and the iPhone SE only has 1. They each have a 12 megapixel wide-angle lens, but the iPhone 11 is adding on that ultra wide-angle lens, allowing you to get twice as much in your shot. If you don't really care about that, you don't shoot a ton of photos, you don't need that ultra wide flare, then again, the SE is a great bargain for $300 or so less than the iPhone SE. Face ID and the true depth camera system, that larger rounded corner screen, an extra camera bump on the back, and other minor improvements throughout the phone. Are those worth it for you for that extra $250? I know a lot of people they aren't. They like that little bit smaller screen. It is larger than the previous edition iPhone SE, but it's still a small compact phone, and it feels great. It's still made out of metal and glass and just feels great in the hand. The screen doesn't feel all that small. It doesn't look as encompassing as it does on the iPhone 11, but there's nothing wrong with the screen on the iPhone SE. And because the screen is a little bit larger, Apple offers 2 options for that screen, standard and zoomed, which makes all the icons and everything just a little bit bigger. So if you're worrying about eyesight on a smaller screen, you can zoom in a little bit and help ease that burden. Right now, these two phones are as close as they're ever going to be. The iPhone 11 this fall is likely going to be upgraded to the iPhone 12, at which point it'll have a faster processor and more substantial differences. But right now, performance-wise and everything, these two are very close. They have a lot of similar features. They both offer wireless charging. They both are water resistant. There's a ton here between the two that are similar. So if you're looking at the phones right now and trying to decide between the two, it's not a huge deal in performance. If you're waiting until the fall, there's going to be a much bigger difference between the SE and an iPhone 12. But right now, these guys are quite comparable. We said it when the iPhone SE was announced. It is a great deal. It is one of the best deals in tech right now. You're getting the performance of Apple's iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max at that $400 price point. Only $250 if you do a trade-in through Apple, and with other carriers it gets even lower. That is an incredible deal for Apple's latest processor in a great looking phone. You're getting those trade-offs of smaller displays and one camera on the back, but for many people, that is not nearly going to be a big enough reason to drop the $250 to $300 to upgrade to the iPhone 11. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Do you see the value in the iPhone SE, or would you prefer the 11, 11 Pro, or 11 Pro Max? Let me know down below in the comments, or better yet, reach me on Twitter at Andrew_OSU, and we can continue to talk about it.
Hey everyone, did you guys like that video? Be sure to click on that like button so we can create content that we know that you guys want to see. And follow Apple Insider on all social media channels. If you want the best prices on any Apple gear, check out the Apple Insider price guide that is updated daily. And until next time, we'll see you later.